Shea Vaughn is a leading wellness and fitness expert whose work has won the endorsement of the City of Chicago and the Chicago Department of Public Health. She has trained and consulted with corporate leaders, celebrities, and innovative entrepreneurs around the country, affectionately earning her the title of America's Queen of Wellness. Ms. Vaughn is considered a pioneer in this field, having created wellness and fitness principles to drive significant improvements and well-being in personal performance, and transitioned this philosophy to inspire business wellness and success. Welcome to the stage, Shea Vaughn.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. First and foremost, I really want to thank this amazing woman, Michelle, and her team for putting this together, and more importantly, for bringing us together. And so forever, I will be grateful for this opportunity. So let me tell you a little bit about WBTVN. The Women's Broadcast Television Network believes that women united are changing the world, WBTVN really has 343 different channels on their network. We also have every major platform out there like Roku, Google Play, Amazon, Chromecast, all of those. And it gives us over 30 million viewers across the country. You know, you might be asking me, what inspired me to be able to put this platform together? Well, it's not just me, it's my partner, Janie Rios, who is an amazing partner, an amazing friend, and the best IT person on the planet. So when we got together, we were very focused on exactly what we wanted to do. We wanted to build a platform for women that didn't exist, to give them an opportunity to be able to come together and to connect with like-minded women so that they could put their thoughts together and build a community that was safe, and more important, that would give them a home for all the great things that they've accomplished in life, to be able to put it on one platform. The other thing that's really important is collaboration. I have to tell you that collaboration is just embedded in me deeply because it's so important. Now, if there's any guys out here, I want you to put your earmuffs on so you don't listen to this. And the rest of you, I want you to lean forward and kindly listen to this. Women aren't necessarily really good at collaboration. Why? Because they bring jealousy, competition, and even sexuality, flirting to get to where they want to be. This does not serve them as an individual. It certainly does not serve women in general. So we need to really get rid of that. I honestly say, let's step up, put our big girl pants on. Our big girl pants on. Yeah, you like that. Our big girl pants on and lead by example. That's what leadership is really all about. Collaboration, building partnerships. I would not be on this stage today if it wasn't for Michelle and I coming together and wanting to collaborate and to help each other. Amazing. The next thing really is about communicating your message. You know, have you ever had that conversation with someone that all of a sudden, a couple days later, they come back and you're talking, and what they're saying isn't anything even close to what you were talking about? What did we do? We just didn't get our message across. So it's important to take that step back and really ask yourself, what's my message and how am I going to deliver it clearly and so somebody knows what you're doing? Many times I get asked, for instance, what do you do? My message is clear and simple. I put women on TV. I give them a broader voice and an audience to hear their message. So maybe you're asking yourself, what does it look like to see a show on WBTVN? So I brought my TV with me. So here I am. Welcome, everyone, and thank you for joining us on the Women's Broadcast Television Network. WBTVN is the all-women's network that provides streaming 24 hours and content that is created by women for women. But you know what's really cool about it? Is that you don't have to be a celebrity to be a star. Each and every one of you have a star within you. The only thing that you really need is that you need a platform to be able to shine on. Yeah? Anybody out there interested in that? You know, sometimes, make sure this works. Oops. Okay, here we go. So, you know, sometimes in our life, have you ever felt that what we want and what we get is two different things? We know that it's important to already put some kind of a plan together. I want to share with you what my plan is all about. My plan is about, number one and first, thanking God for all the gifts that He has given me and all the challenges that He has given me. Because it's through those challenges that I've learned so much. It helps me to see what that other side looks like. It gives me the stories, it gives you the stories that you need to have to be able to go out and to help other people. I also am the CEO and founder of a company that's called Shea. And Shea is a wellness program that's endorsed by doctors across the country. The fitness side of it combines yoga, Pilates, Tai Chi, martial arts, gyrokinesis, dance, ballet, all of those great platforms. But at the heart of it are 5 principles of wellness: commitment, perseverance, self-control, integrity, and love. These are the tools that will help you to break through the barriers that are holding you back. Anybody want to get through those barriers? Move to the next level? I know that you do. So let's take a look at the principles and see how we can put them together. Commitment. Commitment is a promise that you make to someone, or even more importantly, to yourself. It's not about New Year's resolutions, because every single year we make the same New Year's resolution. It lasts for 3 weeks, and then we wait till the next year to do the same thing. What do we call that? Insanity. Why do we do that to ourselves? But commitment is about getting serious. Like when you sign your mortgage, when you sign your insurance. More importantly, when you actually promise your kids that you're going to pick them up at a certain time, are you going to be late? No, because we've made that commitment. So here's what I ask everybody to do. Take those posties, write down whatever that commitment is, sign it, and place them everywhere. Why? Because you need to be reminded that you've made this commitment. Perseverance is exactly what it says. It's not an option to give up. You need to persevere through it. Because here's the truth of it. If it was easy, you'd have it done. Yes? You'd have it done. But you don't have it done. So you've got to be stronger on your commitment, and you cannot give up. Giving up is not an option. Self-control. Many books have been written on self-control. What's important about self-control is that we're trying to find balance in our life. But what we really need to do is we also need to step up and say, I take responsibility. I take responsibility for every decision that I make every single day. Because that's actually where our destiny is. Those decisions that you're making every day is really the journey to where your destination is. And we want that destination to be everything that you want it to be. So self-control, step up and take responsibility. Integrity is huge. Of course, we want to be known as someone who's honest. And most of the time, and I say most of the time, we are honest with other people. But the other time, we need to be honest with ourselves. How many times do we really check into ourselves and ask ourselves, am I doing my best? And if that answer is I'm only giving 30% or less than that, or a little bit more than that, but not giving 100%, how are we ever going to reach that goal? How are we ever going to keep that commitment? That would be difficult. I'll tell you something else that I think is interesting, is in talking with people when they tell me, you know, I've done a good job. I've done what I thought that I could do. Well, how much did you really put into it? 40%. And I say, really? Don't give ourselves the excuse that we did our best when, in fact, maybe it wasn't our best. That maybe we needed to push through a little bit more to really get to where that best really is. And love, I want all of you to cross your hands right here, because give me some love, I'll give you some love back. Love is universal. And love is really about loving other people, but more importantly, learning to love yourself. I can remember growing up and hearing people say, you gotta love yourself, you gotta love yourself. And I have to be really honest with you. There was many times in my life that I did not love myself. But I'll tell you what the game changer was. When I started making better decisions, when I started giving to other people for all the right reasons, that changed. So let's see, putting all of those together, commitment, perseverance, self-control, integrity, and love together, how does those principles take action? So I want to share a story with you. Usually when I'm teaching, I always try to share with my students something that's happened, that's been a challenge for me for that week, and how I took these principles and made them work. I also ask my students to share their stories with me. So Scott raised his hand. I looked over at him, and I said, what's going on? And here's what he told me. He says, last week, I was fired. Friday was my last day. He said, I got up, I went into work, and the minute that I got there, I knew that nobody cared if I showed up or not. He said, my knee-jerk reaction was to get up and just leave. And he said, as I went to do that, I couldn't help but to hear your voice in my ear saying commitment, perseverance, self-control, integrity, and love. He said, I was working on a project that I thought was important. Obviously, nobody else did. He said, I made the decision that I was going to stay there and finish it. And he said, I did. And here's what I found. He said, I was committed to do the right thing. I was committed to make this work. I persevered through it when it was difficult because I was the only one that really cared about it. And I was honest with myself that probably nobody else would see it. He said, I stepped up, I did what I know that I was supposed to do. And he said at the end of it, when it was time to leave, here's what I felt. I felt joy. I was happy. He said, I felt love for myself because I knew that I did the right thing. We all need guides. We all need tools in life. We're out living life without tools. Would we go and play golf without clubs or tennis without a racket? Of course we wouldn't. So what we need to do is to bring these 5 principles into our life so that they can be impactful and help us to really make the decisions that maybe we're standing back a little bit with and procrastinating. But it's not moving you forward. So put them together and use them every day of your life when there is a decision that you need to make. So how many CEOs do we have? Can I see you raise your hand? Okay. So I see some of you didn't raise your hand. So I want you to raise your hand this next time. So how many CEOs do we have? So the reason I want you to raise your hand, thank you, is because you are the CEO of your mind, your body, and your heart. So why do I say heart? Do you know that the first cell that is formed when you're created is your heart cell? How many just learned that? Yeah. So to me, everything starts there and everything comes back to that. So the message that I really want to get across today is that give to others, lead by example, be the best CEO of yourself that you possibly can, use the principles for everything that you do. They really will make a difference in your life. I wrote a book on this. They're in there, and they just are something I keep going back to all the time. I get notes all the time from people saying, thank you. They've helped me a lot. And the other message is Women on TV is really where it's all about. This is where we can collaborate. This is where we can connect. And this is where we can communicate our message. So if you're, I would be very interested in connecting with all of you. So if you've got your phones out, this is just an easy way to do it. It's just pull them out, and down at the bottom, send me a message, and it says WBTVN. And at the top, you're just going to put a code that says 21777. All of you doing that with your phones? That way we can keep connected, don't have to run around and give me a card and vice versa. And I'll just keep you up to date on all the new things that is going on with WBTVN and certainly in my life and all the other things that are happening. And I certainly want to hear that from you. And I want to be there for you guys to help you in any way that I possibly can. Your destiny awaits. Every decision, I want to say it again, that you make every day is what that destiny is going to look like. And here's what I want to say to you. Fulfill your dreams, you guys. And thank you so much for being with me today.